Guys, obviously. Jesus Christ, my hair needs cutting. Due to the title of this video, and honestly, I really don't know what I'm titling it yet. You have been warned for spoilers. I'd say it's very predictable. Like, we all knew this was going to happen. Well, not everyone, because some people were like, oh my god, well, I can't really say it because spoilers. Now, yes, obviously this is a spoiler warning for those of you who do not want to know what happens at the end of Jerome's storyline. Now, I'm not talking about when Cameron Monaghan comes back to play the Joker up until like episode 21 or so, or maybe even 22. Because, you know, don't worry, Cameron's still going to be around. But if you don't want to know what happens, like, you know, with Jerome, or where he goes, or what he's going to do, or what happens to his character, and will we see him again, blah, 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 then you have been warned. But what I will say is these are official promo photos, which I'm kind of surprised about. Like, maybe Gotham just thought that it was so out there, but, like, these are official promo photos. So I was a bit surprised, and this is one thing I will criticize Gotham on. They spoil their show too. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to pick up my Boba fuel. They spoil their show too much. I mean, yeah, they did better with the red band, white band trailer this year than last year's, which was much more spoilery. But this year, they've done it again with these promo photos. But anyway, guys, obviously, I'm going to get into the video now. Before somebody out there claims like, oh, you spent 5 minutes getting into the video. It's like, I don't care. If you don't like this channel, click the unsubscribe button. But if you're still here and you want to find out all this juicy ass gossip about Gotham, why not subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, because there's more stuff like this along the way, and trust me, I'm your guy for all things comic book nerdy. And apart from that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, as it really does, really does help the channel out, and it's just, yeah. So Gotham have gone ahead and released the official synopsis and promo photos for episode 18, which is the last episode. How should I put this? You know the white band trailer that came out of Jerome? That was footage of episode 17 and 18. So these promo photos are of the last moments, or like the last footage or promo pictures, or anything to do with that episode are in these promo photos, really. Now my theories is what will kind of happen, has unfortunately happened, guys. It seems, I'm just going to get straight into the juicy side of it. You see the pictures. I'm not going to do this in order of the promo photos, but you see these familiar pictures of Gordon on the rooftop. And if you remember in the white band trailer, he's like, you know, hands up or blah, 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 because Gordon is pointing his gun at Jerome, who is also on the rooftop. And in the trailer, you can see that blimp in the background. It really does seem that this moment on the rooftop between Jim and Jerome is going to be the really big moment of the episode. Then it's probably going to be that like after bit, and then... So if you remember from my last Gotham video, I said, and I've said this in previous videos as well, that, well, mainly in the white band trailer, after what we heard of the audio saying, I'm more than that, I'm an idea, and then we hear that, you know, that laugh as he's, I theorize, falling down. We see in these promo photos a freaking dead Jerome on a car, you know, presumably after falling off that roof. Like, it's very obvious. I will go over my thoughts, by the way, in a kind of a conclusion as to what I think with Jerome's, you know, ultimate death. But I want to talk a little bit about these other promo photos first, in addition. I mean, if you look at some of the other ones kind of building up to it in the episode, you can kind of really work it out. You see Harvey on the radio, I think, talking to Jim, and he's like looking up at the roof, and you see the blimp up there, and he's like, oh, Jim, you need to stop Jerome before it's too late. Or even if he isn't talking to Jim, we see Jim here on the phone anyway, talking to somebody as he just enters that rooftop bit, and I imagine Jerome is just stumbling his way up onto the edge, or is already on the edge of that building. And at this point, don't forget that he's been shot on stage, on that Gotham rock concert stage. So that's going to be very interesting. I think at that moment, I think Jerome knows it's all kind of ending, and he makes his way up to the rooftop shortly afterwards, I imagine, and that is when this grand finale is going to happen with his character. Now, the big question is, from my side of things, is, like, since we know he's going to die regardless, and I'll get to those specific pictures in a second, is it going to be a shot, another shot that kills him and then he's laughing on his way down, or is he like willingly going to commit suicide, really, and just be like, just have that last laugh, nobody can kill him but he's going to do it himself and fall, kind of like in, you know, freaking Arkham Origins, I believe.
Newsflash! I'm the one who's trying to kill you!
But Batman would kind of be there to usually save him if it was in a thing between Batman. But I guess this is a thing between him and Jimbo. But regardless, I don't think this is uncharacteristic. I think maybe Jerome thinks he might be dying because something, like, he might have fulfilled his dream of turning the city mad, and he knows that's going to happen. Maybe he might be under that impression. But I would love to know your theories in the comments down below, guys. But let's have a closer look at the actual picture of Jerome on the car after he has, you know, made quite the impact in it. Now, these two photos are very similar. I mean, apart from seeing Harvey and Jim, we see Bruce as well. And I just want to touch on the synopsis whilst we're looking at this photo, because it kind of has to do with Bruce Wayne getting involved with this whole Jerome stuff, but via Gordon. So the synopsis for episode 18 is as follows. The Arkham inmates are still running freely in Gotham, and they're only getting more difficult to catch. Gordon develops a plan, but reluctantly has to turn to Bruce for help. Meanwhile, Barbara finds out just how far her new friends are willing to go for her. Now, it's interesting that Jim is going to go to Bruce for help. Now, it's got to be, I assume, to do with taking the new villains down that are, you know, the Arkham inmates, shall I say. And I can't wait to see what, you know, he reluctantly gets Bruce's help. Now, I'm thinking, is it directly related to Jerome with their help? Because, you know, after all, we do see Bruce actually helping, you know, struggle with Firefly on the rock concert stage in the white band trailer. However, we also see Bruce look at that Xander or whatever Wild Wilder, you know, from the book in that his father had, that he was talking to Alfred about. Does Jim need his help getting that name for some reason? Is this all related to Jerome somehow? I really don't know, but maybe I'm leaning more towards, I don't know, actually. I really don't know. What do you think Jim is actually enlisting Bruce's help for? I mean, do you really think Jim would endanger Bruce's life by getting him to actually tackle Firefly hand-to-hand combat kind of thing? I don't think he would. Maybe it is more the notebook side of things, but I could be wrong, but this is where you guys come in as well. Oh, of course, but there is obviously one more idea that due to Jerome Valeska's history with Bruce Wayne, maybe Jim reluctantly being the word from the synopsis, gets, you know, Bruce to be, you know, the bait for Jerome. I know Jerome isn't as interested at all really in Bruce this season, but maybe Bruce can trigger Jerome if, you know, Jim makes him do something. I don't know. This also seems to be, I don't know, maybe a little bit later in the evening or later that day, because, you know, when Jerome was on the edge of the rooftop with Jim Gordon and he's about to shoot him or whatever before he's about to fall, it was daytime and this is nighttime. So the body is still there like that. He's got blood on his hands from where he's been holding his wound. We see that in other photos of the white band trailer that I'm guessing I've put on screen right now. Now in this photo, we see good old Penguin and Jimothy, Jim Bob, with Penguin, and I just said Penguin, in some kind of, I think that's a GCPD, but either way, it kind of, I've got a theory, and I've said this in my Jerome White Band trailer breakdown, that Penguin seems kind of uncomfortable in my opinion. I could be wrong with this, with what Jerome's plan is. So maybe he goes behind Jerome's back, and this is how Jim might have an advantage over Jerome, because, you know, as much as Penguin wants to take over the city in his way, he doesn't want to turn it into a madhouse via Joker toxin or Joker venom. So I'm imagining that Penguin might be going to Jim to kind of, I don't know, help him out behind the scenes, and that might give him an upper hand, but I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that. We also see some Lucius Fox, Bruce Wayne and Jim Gordon action. That is beautiful. As I said, I think Bruce looks really cool there. He has cool hair, cool coat, cool everything. I just love how David Mazouz is looking older and more Batman-y than ever, or Brucey Batman-y. You know, I can really see you know, him turning into the man that is going to be Batman one day. I've said that a billion times before, but I feel like here is a very good example of that. I don't know exactly what Lucius is holding, and more interestingly, who are they all looking at? Could it be Penguin? Could it be related to the photo we were just talking about? And then we get another picture of Bruce with looks like blueprints of maybe a place or the city or somewhere. It could be the blueprints of the place in the trailer where Harvey and Jim are running through. I honestly don't know. There's not really too much to get from this photo, but that is the gist of all the photos, guys. Honestly, that is practically everything, and now I can finally talk about what I think about this whole Jerome death situation, because I'm telling you, they won't bring him back again, and honestly, like brackets, close brackets kind of thing, if they did, that would be the dumbest thing ever. I know Gotham, you like to bring people back, but don't do that next season with Jerome. Just don't do it. So ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, where do I follow where do I fall, sorry, with this whole, no pun intended, with Jerome landing on this car and dying? I saw it coming a million miles off, a trillion gazillion miles off. Yes, there were some behind-scene photos as well, which I got spoiled for a while back, but it didn't actually confirm this. Like, you still don't truly know till you know, really. And but yeah, so where do I fall on it? I think Gotham... I think whatever happens with Cameron Monaghan, because what we do know is he's got to come back as the Joker, right? The Joker. So Jeremiah Valeska or Jack Napier or Jack Valeska. Who cares? I think it's Jeremiah. But regardless, that's awesome. Like, even though Jerome's dead, I was just like thinking at the beginning, yeah, we're still getting Cameron Monaghan there, and that's a great thing. Still to this minute, I'm saying it's a great thing. However, if they still call him Jeremiah, like, in how the Joker was in '89, still kind of known as Jack Napier, because sometimes he had that the bleach skin off, or it wasn't really bleach, it was makeup-y. He was still known as Jack to some people. And I've tried, always try and put myself, try and not like just shit on the writers or something like that. I try and think, why are they doing this or whatever. So I've thought to myself, okay, they could initially call him Jeremiah, that's fine, but he's like bleach skin, puts lipstick on. This is Gotham's Joker we're getting in the next few episodes. Brilliant. And yes, they can call him Jeremiah, and it's cool. Like, the city will call him the Joker eventually, or one day. Like, he will be called the Joker to most people. It won't be called Jeremiah. But maybe Jim still will call him Jeremiah, but I don't know. But my main point being, if they're still going to call Cameron Monaghan's Joker, who he's coming back for in the next couple of episodes, Jeremiah, then why Gotham? Why didn't you make Jerome the Joker? That's the biggest complaint I'm seeing, and it's also what I feel. I've already said this, I know I repeat myself sometimes, but I'm going to wait till these episodes air to make my final judgment. So this is kind of like a preliminary, I don't know, judgment on what I know. But really, when Jeremiah goes through that transformation and he goes and becomes the Joker, whether you've seen the leaked pictures or not, it is very Jokery. Why didn't you make Jerome the Joker? Was it literally just to uphold the fact that you said he wouldn't be a couple of years ago, and you're just sticking to your guns? But in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, and I feel like I'm talking on behalf of a lot of Gotham fans here, with Jerome Valeska having 4 seasons of development, having Joker scars, having basically, for all intents and purposes, being the Joker, but not being the Joker since Jeremiah's going to be the Joker. You should have made Jerome the Joker. It just doesn't make sense. Especially if you're still calling the Joker when he's the Joker in the next couple of episodes, Jeremiah, it doesn't make much sense. I mean, I guess it might make sense to me once, or to everyone once we've all watched it. But if it turns out what I'm saying is going to be true, then, oh man, you're just going to make a lot of people mad and happy at the same time. Because I feel like I'm going to be really mad, but I'm going to be so happy because it's still Cameron Monaghan, it's still the Joker, it's still going to be great. But I'm still going to be like, but you could have just made Jerome the Joker. And I feel like you only didn't do it for, I don't know what reason. Like, what reason exactly? Seriously, what reason? But that is how I feel. Like, I guess apart from that, I don't really know what else to say. Jerome's dead. I'm over it already because I felt like I saw this coming a long time ago. I've already explained what I feel like, how I feel if what they do, calling Jeremiah, like the Joker Jeremiah still, before he, the city calls him the Joker and the GCPD calls him the Joker. That would be a huge problem for me and fans. I'm still looking forward to Cameron Monaghan's portrayal, but as I just said, in terms of what I just said, you still should have made Jerome the Joker if that's the case. Especially when, obviously, Cameron Monaghan's going to act quite a bit different, maybe a bit of a deeper voice. Obviously, the mannerisms are going to be the same because Jerome and Joker, and, the Joker's Joker, and Jerome was mimicking, or, was in the proto-Joker. He's still going to act a bit different. He's not going to be the same, otherwise it may as well have been Jerome. So ultimately, it seems that as cool as this is going to be, it's going to be as annoying. So I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. What do you think of Jerome's death in Gotham? And do you agree with what I just said about if they still are calling the Joker Jeremiah, then does that make you very mad that they should have just not introduced that storyline of a twin or a relative and just made Jerome the Joker? I think that would have been really cool, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know them all down in the comments below, because this is kind of big. This is a big deal. So other than that, guys, that is the end of this video. If you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button. You guys have been so good recently. Well, every Gotham video, to be honest. I think we've hit 1,000 likes on the past 2 videos, which is mind-blowing. I'm not just one of those YouTubers who is just saying that. I was just freaking stuttering then. It is overwhelming of support. So, you know, guys, I really appreciate it. And I just want to say, if you've made it to this point and you're a new subscriber, why not join? Because, you know, I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself here, and all the Gothamites will make you feel welcome. Other than liking and subscribing, if you want to stay a little bit more up to date with me personally, you can follow me on Twitter. My link, all links are in the description below in regards to that. I do have Instagram and stuff like that as well. I want to say thank you to all my patrons. They're popping up on the screen right now. Thank you so much for your support. If you guys are interested in becoming a patron yourself, be sure to check out the Patreon link at the top of my description. I hope you like the tiers. All you have to do is check them out. Maybe you might like one of them. It's a brilliant way to support me and the channel, and just genuinely creators out there. So maybe check that out. As I said, links at the top of the description. I have a Discord server, guys, for all the BobaTalks family. Be sure to check that out. It's completely free. It's just like downloading freaking Skype. Simple as that. Click the link, it will invite you to my server, and you can talk with all the other Gothamites, including myself sometimes, on that server. But apart from that, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a freaking lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.